Hello everybody, today we will discuss about ultimate analysis of coal. In my earlier video, I discussed about proximate analysis of coal. Actually, ultimate analysis of coal, in which we have to calculate the quantity of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur and nitrogen present in it. So this is also known as elemental analysis of coal and is also known as ultimate analysis of coal. In case of ultimate analysis of coal, we have to determine the percentage of carbon content, percentage of hydrogen content, percentage of nitrogen, percentage of ash content, percentage of sulfur content and percentage of oxygen content. You know that when carbon in presence of sufficient oxygen undergo combustion, then it produces carbon dioxide. Carbon, its weight is 12 gram, it is 32 gram, it forms 44 gram. Carbon dioxide, weight of carbon dioxide 44 gram. So, next one, in case of hydrogen, when it burns in presence of oxygen, then it forms water having weight 18 gram. In 44 gram, 12 gram carbon, 44 gram carbon dioxide, 12 gram carbon is present. When this carbon dioxide and this water vapor pass through a combustion tube, it contains two U-shaped tube and these two gases that passes through it. First one contain this U-shaped tube contain calcium chloride, anhydrous calcium chloride. The function of anhydrous calcium chloride is to absorb moisture. When this amount of water vapor is passed through anhydrous calcium chloride, then it absorbs the total moisture present in the gas. So there is a change in weight. If suppose X gram of water is produced, then there will be change in 18x gram of calcium chloride. Now after that, passing through another U-shaped tube which contain potassium hydroxide, that bulb contain potassium hydroxide. When carbon dioxide passes through potassium hydroxide, then it reacts to form potassium carbonate, K2CO3. And there is a change in X 44 gram. If suppose there are X number of carbon dioxide molecule formed, then there is a change in 44 into X gram. Okay. So these two are done. Now what is the formula? Percentage of carbon determination is equal to 12 gram carbon is present in 44 gram of carbon dioxide. So in unitary method, if Y gram produced, then 12 into Y into 100, because we have to find out the percentage, into 100 divided by 44 into weight of coal sample taken. Here in short form I have write it here CST, coal sample taken. Next, percentage of hydrogen. In 18 gram of water, 2 gram of hydrogen is present. So in unitary method we have to count present the amount of hydrogen present. So 2 into Z, that is the amount of water formed, and into 100 divided by 18 into weight of coal sample taken. After that we have to find the percentage of nitrogen. In case of nitrogen, the estimation of nitrogen done in Zelder's method class, in which the coal sample is treated with sulfuric acid. Then it is converted into ammonium sulfate. After that, it is distilled in presence of sodium hydroxide, and at that time it evolves ammonia. That means nitrogen is totally converted into ammonia. ammonia is then bubbled through a weak acid, and which is the amount of this ammonia is determined by titration. So the percentage of nitrogen equals to 28, this one, into 32 into 100 divided by, this is the molar volume of gas, into weight of whole sample taken. Next one is percentage of sulfur. When we have to determine the percentage of sulfur present in a whole sample, just the whole sample is digested with fuming nitric acid, then it is converted into sulfuric acid. After conversion, it is treated with barium chloride, H2SO4 plus BaSal2. Then we get a white precipitate of barium sulfate. The amount of barium sulfate, the amount we got after precipitation is weighted. Then the percentage of sulfur is equal to 32 into Y into 100 divided by 233. This is the molecular weight of barium sulfate, 233, and 32 is the molecular weight of sulfur. In this way, we can calculate the percentage of sulfur. Next, the percentage of ash. In this case, the sample of coal is undergo combustion in presence of sufficient oxygen. Then the unburned inorganic material are left in the oven, hot air oven, which is known as ash. So weight of percentage of ash is equal to weight of ash left, that is unburned substance of the coal, divided by weight of the coal sample into 100. Then we get the percentage of ash. Next, percentage of oxygen. Percentage of oxygen is equal to 100 minus percentage of carbon, percentage of hydrogen, percentage of nitrogen, percentage of sulfur, plus percentage of ash. Then we get the percentage of oxygen. Now, if the percentage of carbon is very high in a coal sample, then it is a good quality coal. If the percentage of hydrogen is very high in a coal sample, then it is also a good quality coal. If the percentage of nitrogen is very high, it is not a good quality. Percentage of ash content is very high, bad quality coal. Percentage of oxygen is very high, then it is a good quality coal, because you know that there is an important role of oxygen in combustion. So in this way, we determine the element present in a sample of coal. Thank you.